Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment and subscribe, folks. Comment and subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's some links down below in the description, also in the comments. Some YouTube channels that I've created, a reaction channel, another sports channel, a gaming channel there as well. There's also a Twitch channel down there too. So please go down to those channels, subscribe to those channels, follow those channels, and turn on the notifications for those channels so that when I post content on those channels, you folks will be in the know and you'll be able to interact with me, especially on that Twitch channel, because I'm gonna be live gaming. I want to talk to you folks, get you folks in there, and want to know what you folks are thinking. So again, I want to thank everyone that does that. So now with that being put to the side, I want to talk to you folks about this Yannick trade. And the fallout, with Jets fans and how upset they are that the Vikings got Yannick and were able to make a move for him. So listen, I want to start this off by saying I do think that Yannick is a good player. I do. I was not one of the guys screaming for Yannick, though. I wasn't saying he was a must sign or a must trade for a guy or anything like that. You can go back and watch my old videos where I talk about, the possibility of making a move for him. And I say, hey, if we get him, fine. If we don't, fine. But I did not want to give up a farm for Yannick. I did not. So I look at this situation. Yannick gets traded to the Vikings for a second-round pick and a conditional fifth-round pick. I think it goes up to like a third if they win the Super Bowl with him and he goes to the Pro Bowl in the same year. I think it's a fourth if he only goes to the Pro Bowl. And I think it's a fifth if, none of that other stuff happens. So that's the way it's being reported. So when you look at this situation, a lot of Jets fans are upset because one of the compensation that was given up, because they're saying, hey, for a player like Yannick, you got him for a second round pick and, at worst another third round pick. That's nothing. We should absolutely go and get him. But I think a lot of people aren't looking at the other side as well. It's not just getting him, but keeping him. I think that's huge. What the Vikings are doing right now is, they really could be looking at him, trading for him as they have. They could be looking at a situation where he's just a one-year rental because you can't get him signed. You can't have him sign a contract for an extension until next season. And he could walk away and be a free agent. A lot of people are not thinking about that. And I think when you look at that in context of what's been going on over here, what is our biggest issue in free agency? We don't attract free agents. What's our biggest issue with, keeping talent on this team? We can't keep a lot of guys. When they get good, they get lost. Look at the situation free agency this year. All the guys we get, we had to dramatically overpay. The Jaguars offered Yannick $19 million. He turned it down. My Lord, what do you think we'd have to pay him? Especially with the Jets tax added on top of that. 20, 25. It could get pretty ugly. Again, and we've also had free agents stiff us and walk away. Anthony Barr did it. You look at this situation where guys that we had that we were trying to keep, we couldn't even keep Robbie Anderson. We would have loved to keep him. He ended up walking away, going to the Panthers after we were just like, look, we're not going to pay you as much as you want to stay here. So I look at this situation with Yannick. Say if we were to trade for him and get him in the door. First off, again, we probably are not going to have a good season. We're not going to have a winning season. So we're going to have a losing season. Why would he stay here? Why would he look at this situation and go, oh, this is, a team that I want to stay with? He more than likely, he's not going to do that. He's going to move on from us. He's going to look at free agency and he's going to go to a winner like we've seen other players do, on our team. Also, if you look at the situation, I had a lot of Jets fans I was going back and forth with as well saying, hey, Joe, well, what you could do is you could just kind of have a behind-the-scenes secret deal with him and just tell him, hey, we'll give you, $20 million a season after this year and let that be that. So you just kind of make a handshake, secret kind of deal. I understand that, and I understand what you're saying. Let's not act like we haven't suspected, some players doing that behind the scenes for, around the NFL. I'm not going to act like we haven't suspected of other players doing that around the league and like it's not a foreign concept, right? But my thing is this, is that I don't think any agent would look at that deal and say, okay, I'm going to have my client do a handshake deal here for them. Absolutely not, because it wouldn't be in his best interest at all. Because let's say this, say we make a backstage deal with him, behind the scenes and say, hey, we'll give you $20 million 5-year deal after this season. Make sure you re-sign with us. If he comes out and has a huge year, has more sacks than he's ever had. Let's say he has, 19, 20 sacks or something like that in a year. The likelihood of him honoring that and signing that deal, I think is very unlikely. Because I think he'd look at the market and you'd have teams salivating, ready to go. He could just walk, right? But what about the flip side of that? What if we do that handshake deal and week 5 he tears his ACL or blows his knee up real bad, and his future, as far as health wise, as far as physically, is a major concern? Would you want to be stuck with really stabbing to sign that deal, knowing that I don't know if this guy is going to be good ever again? I see why Joe Douglas would look at this situation and not want to put himself in this situation with a guy that's a 1 year rental possibly, that you'd have to really pay out of the nose for. I think he looks at the draft capital as a way to get out of the situation that we're in with the lack of talent by bringing in young players from the draft. That's the way that I think he looks at it, and I kind of understand that. I absolutely understand that, because again, my personal opinion, if we would have traded for Yannick, I don't think there's any way in the world he resigns here. He would have used us like a lot of players have used us in the past as a 1 year stopgap. Because he got sent here. I'm going to play hard because I'm here already. I'm going to play hard and get my numbers up, and I'm going to get the hell out of here. We've seen players use us to do that before. So please comment down below. I want to know what you folks think. I want to get your thoughts on this. I know a lot of Jets fans, again, are angry and upset about this situation. Let me know how you feel about it. What are your thoughts about the compensation that was given up for Yannick? Do you think Yannick would have re-signed with us if we would have traded for him? And how do you feel about Joe Douglas? I know there's a lot of Jets fans that are really angry, at Joe Douglas right now. I mean, they're throwing tomatoes and everything. It's crazy. So comment down below, folks, and I want to go back and forth with you. So you people have a good day. Peace.